Pathfinders of Oregon was founded in 1993 with a mission to break the cycle of criminality. Our vision for change is that clients who emerge from our programs and services are living crime-free lives and are prospering as accountable citizens of the communities where they live. Over the 20 years we have been in business, our focus has expanded from offering programs within prisons to changing the way systems impact families and individuals involved with the criminal justice system. The foundation for all of our work is evidence-based programs and practices. We work with the Oregon Department of Corrections and the Oregon Social Learning Center to develop the Parenting Inside Out program, the first evidence-based parenting skills program for criminal justice-involved parents that helps parents build family ties, leading to reduced recidivism. Children of incarcerated parents face more cumulative risk factors than do children without an incarcerated parent. The Center for Family Success, which was started to interrupt the cycle of intergenerational criminality, offers services and programs to both help children deal with having a parent in prison and to help parents succeed in the community when they return from prison. Pathfinder's vision and proven models positively impact outcomes for children, families, and individuals involved in the criminal justice system, improving community safety for all of us. In keeping with our focus on treating the root causes that drive involvement in the criminal justice system, Pathfinder's current objective is to continue moving upstream in the criminal justice continuum, to take prevention to a new level. Our Parenting Inside Out curriculum is an evidence-based program that has shown very promising results in improving family stability as well as reducing rearrest rates, criminal behavior, and substance use. Our current objective for Parenting Inside Out is to extend its use into prisons and community agencies across the country. Our Center for Family Success is a family-based reentry and prevention program focused on family stability, safe reunification, and abuse prevention. The center's current objectives are to expand services to meet community need, to develop the means to reach children and families earlier in the arrest and incarceration process, and to create training and technical support to help other communities duplicate the center model. Our newest project works across systems to engage all stakeholders: law enforcement, schools, faith-based and community partners to develop a model to use best practices to reduce youth violence and prevent youth from entering the criminal justice system. Our 10-year vision is to see the evidence-based programs we have developed accepted as national models and made available to communities across the country. We have two very strong leverage points: our innovative development and use of evidence-based programs, bringing sound research into practice, and our ability to create cross-agency partnerships and models to address core issues and change systems. Our Parenting Inside Out program, better known as PIO, is an evidence-based program designed specifically for justice-involved parents. It has been delivered in Oregon prisons for almost 10 years and was the subject of a 5-year study funded by the National Institute of Health. PIO reduced recidivism, criminal behavior, and substance use among the parents who took the program. It improved parent-child relationships, parent-caregiver relationships, and resulted in more visits between parent and child during the parent's incarceration. Healthy Relationships, Successful Families is a family violence prevention program based on new research that emphasizes the importance of the interaction between the couple as a contributing factor to intimate partner violence. It focuses on skill building to enhance healthy interaction between couples, thereby reducing family violence and improving outcomes for children. Our second leverage point, building cross-agency partnerships, has positioned us as a leader in the Oregon community. Our newest endeavor, collaborating with government and private agencies in the Portland area to stem the tide of youth violence, is possible because we have proven ourselves to be good partners over many years. Pathfinder's guiding strategies are to 1. To continually seek the root causes or issues and to treat those causes with evidence-based programs, 2. To keep our focus on meeting our clients' needs, and 3. To create systems change by building strong partnerships with community organizations, government agencies, and individuals. To achieve these strategies, we consistently develop and deliver programs that are based in sound research, produce the desired results, and meet client needs. While our strategy to work at the systems level to effect long-term change has remained constant, our tactics are continually evolving. Our first systems change efforts revolved around providing training for other communities in Oregon so they could develop their own initiatives to help the children of incarcerated parents. Our current systems change efforts are focused on preventing youth violence, including entry into gangs. As the inner city became gentrified, we saw that our clients were being pushed farther out into East Multnomah County. We were one of the first agencies to move to the area and now have the opportunity to anchor an initiative to prevent youth violence that would bring together law enforcement, child welfare, social service agencies, and schools to ensure that families have the skills and resources to keep their children from ever entering gang life or becoming involved in the criminal justice system. Our metrics of success are based both on number of individuals and families served, as well as system changes that improve outcomes for families. Whenever we start a new program, we build in an evaluation process to measure our results and to ensure that our programs do what they have been designed to do. We conduct regular program reviews to measure our success. Over the past 7 years, we have facilitated system change summits in 11 Oregon counties, resulting in improvements to intake procedures at the time of arrest or incarceration. Increased communication among organizations to facilitate coordinated service provision, and the offering of new programs and services. Our Center for Family Success serves more than 200 families per year. We have full evaluation data that shows the success of our programs in reducing recidivism, building parenting skills, and in children achieving age-appropriate developmental milestones. Since 1993, we have provided cognitive restructuring training, pro-social skill building, and parenting for more than 32,000 Oregon inmates, including 3,500 women. In a 5-year study of our Parenting Inside Out program, researchers found significant improvements in inmates' attitudes and behavior while they were in prison, and reductions in rearrest rates, criminal behavior, and substance use after they were released from prison. Most people don't know that we are deeply involved in prevention and intervention. Pathfinders started its work in the prisons, but now our community-based programs are a key part of what we do. We got there by following our clients' needs and seeking solutions to help them succeed. For example, we developed our community-based Parenting Inside Out program after observing that our inmate parents were sharing their materials with family members at home. Following our clients' needs also led us to develop our Living in Freedom Today, or LIFT program, for the Women's Correctional Facility in Oregon. A high percentage of women involved in the criminal justice system have drug and alcohol addictions. One of the ways to ensure successful reentry is to address substance abuse issues before an inmate is released. LIFT is a 6-month intensive outpatient alcohol and drug treatment program using a variety of evidence-based or research-informed curricula. Like all our programs, LIFT addresses pro-social skill development and provides the opportunity to practice those skills through the use of activities, discussion, homework, and role playing. We are as active in prevention and intervention as we are in rehabilitation. We are proud of the leading role we have played in bringing into focus the needs of children of incarcerated parents. Beginning in the early 2000s, we were one of only a few organizations to recognize the obstacles facing this almost invisible population. Our Parenting Inside Out program has received wide acclaim and is now offered in 9 states and Australia. PIO was the subject of the largest randomized controlled study ever done on a parenting program for criminal justice involved parents. It demonstrated a positive impact on reducing rearrest and criminal behavior and improving family relationships and parenting skills. Our Center for Family Success serves more than 200 families a year, helping ensure that we are breaking the cycle of criminality and creating safe, law-abiding communities. In collaboration with partners, we have extended the center model to include offering resources to families from the time of a parent's arraignment through incarceration and parole. Since 1993, Pathfinders has provided training for more than 32,000 Oregon inmates, including 3,500 female inmates. We have research evidence that indicates our cognitive and parenting programs have contributed to Oregon achieving the lowest recidivism rate of the 41 states participating in the Pew Center study, State of Recidivism. Our services are funded through government contracts as well as through private foundations. Seeking and keeping consistent funding continues to be a challenge, especially in these times of budget austerity. Though we have been able to provide services for more than 39,000 individuals in prisons and in the community, many who are in dire need are turned away because of funding constraints. With the economic meltdown that has severely impacted our state, our programs could be in jeopardy and the progress we have made over the years could be undermined. We have long held a vision of changing systems to improve the way agencies interact with one another when working with families impacted by incarceration and criminal justice involvement. This is a huge undertaking, but the spiraling cost of corrections are forcing us to question current policies and practices. We need to break the cycle of criminality to prevent children from following their parents into the justice system and give parents who have been incarcerated the skills to successfully reintegrate with their families. Finding support and funding for this type of systems change has been a challenge. We continue to seek partners in both the government and the private sector to help us realize this vision. With additional funding, we would expand the availability of our Parenting Inside Out program. We have had many inquiries from agencies across the country about using PIO, but funding constraints have prevented many of them from being able to implement the program. Additional funding would allow us to offer training and consulting with other agencies at little or no cost to them, making PIO available to criminal justice-involved parents across the country. We are developing a comprehensive community-based model to strengthen families, reduce youth violence, increase graduation rates, and keep young people out of the justice system. Our model for supporting children and families is called the Big Four, Little Four. The Big Four are things parents need to help their children succeed, and the Little Four are things children need to thrive. Additional funding will allow us to continue to build and improve our model, creating successful outcomes for children and their families, and responding to the needs of the community. The primary gap we would address is to ensure at a national level that the needs of children and families and a focus on breaking the cycle of criminality are considered as we re-examine corrections policies. Putting the lens of children and families on the conversation will result in changes across all systems, not just corrections. Children live in all systems, and there will be improvements in all of them when we take a more holistic approach. When we take into account the many offenders or parents, and we look at the broader needs of children, when we look at the family as a whole, it changes the way correction views offenders. The view becomes forward-looking. How do we prevent people from reoffending, and how do we prevent children from following their parents into the justice system? What is needed in the national conversation about smart corrections is advocacy for including the needs of children and families in the discussion. With our 20 years experience creating and implementing programs and models that work and work well, we believe we have solutions and ideas that can enrich the conversation and create safer, stronger communities for all of us.